The world's most comfortable shoes are made of wool. Even Tab Magazine said so. The Wool Runner is your go-to lace-up shoe for everywhere you go. Flexible, supportive, and light as a feather, they take you seamlessly through your entire day. The Wool Lounger, it's a breathable, lightweight, slip-on shoe that's perfect for everything from a red-eye trip across the country or your favorite sport event. Comfort, style, and sustainability do not have to be mutually exclusive. Allbirds is dedicated to making stylish, comfortable footwear using premium natural materials designed for life's everyday adventures. Less is more, which is why Allbirds doesn't include any unnecessary logos or detailing. Instead, Allbirds designs the simplest, most comfortable shoe they could using premium sustainable materials without the premium price. Allbirds textile is made from superfine New Zealand merino wool using fibers that are 20% the diameter of a human hair. Think about that. So unlike the wool you may be used to, Allbirds breathable fabric regulates temperature and moisture without any itch. Allbirds merino wool is ZQ certified. That means it meets the stringent standards of sustainable farming and animal welfare. In other words, no sheep were harmed in the making of these shoes. With the holidays right around the corner, it's time to consider Allbirds as a gift for someone on your list or just for yourself. They're available in a variety of new colors. You can find the perfect pair for you at allbirds.com.
Blue Moon is brewed with Valencia orange peel and a touch of coriander. It's a creative twist on a Belgian-style wheat ale for a taste that shines brighter. Taste responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
And now, Jalen and Jacoby on ESPN Radio.
When I pop the trunk, head to death. Y'all pop the trunk, I pop the hood.
Now act stupid, I'll pop the trunk. Now give me a boom.
He is Jalen Rose.
What up, though?
I'm David Jacoby.
And on the cool check-in.
Together, we're Jalen and Jacoby on ESPN2. What do?
We give the people what they want.
Jalen, do you remember when the NBA announced that during the All-Star game, they were going to spruce it up a little bit by having a pickup-style draft with two captains divvying up the teams? And we were so excited about it, and it was just another way that they were just going to let us in and give us a little bit more excitement and drama. Well, guess what? Since then, they've announced that they're not going to show us the process. They're not going to let us in. They're not going to do what they need to do. So we started a movement. What is that movement, Jalen? Show the draft. Show the draft. Show the draft. Show the draft. Well, guess what? We're not alone. Oh, I don't know. The most popular and best player in the National Basketball League also agrees with us. Here is what LeBron James said about it. Quote, "We're all grown men. It doesn't stop your paycheck from coming. It won't stop you from playing time when the season starts, trying to win. Listen, just trying to win in the All-Star game." Jalen, what is LeBron trying to say right there? Do you know what he's trying to say? Show the draft. 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 Well, guess what? LeBron's not alone. Now, John Wall, also a perennial all-star. Guess what he had to say about the process? I think it should be televised. They should let it be known. We're grown men, like LeBron said. If they ain't pick you, they ain't pick you. Jalen Rose, what is John Wall trying to say?
Show the draft. Show the draft.
Show the draft. Show the draft. Show the draft. What is it going to take? What is it going to take? Everybody, including the players, including the media members, including the fans, everybody wants the NBA to do what, Jalen?
Show the draft.
Show the draft. Show the draft. Show the draft. In case we didn't make ourselves clear, it is our opinion that perhaps the people at NBA Entertainment should allow the fans to get behind the curtain and understand the process of how the All-Star team was selected, and perhaps they should televise the NBA All-Star Game draft. Just an idea. From a guy with some Christmas eyebrows. Just an idea. Moving on. The Houston Rockets had put together 14 straight wins when they were hosting the young Lakers. And despite a 51-point effort from none other than the Beard, James Harden, they fell to the young Lakers squad, led by this guy, Kyle Kuzma, who was 7 for 10 from 3. CP3 also went out with a little bit of an abductor injury. Jalen, What did this game, plus pushing the Warriors to overtime, tell you about the young Lakers team?
I'll talk about the winning team, as you acknowledge. Lonzo Ball is the headline. Based on his draft status, obviously his father, big baller brand. Once he got drafted, Magic Johnson saying he expects his number to go into the rafters. So many people saying he had the best vision since Magic Johnson. Others saying that he was the second coming of Jason Kidd. None of those things are true, by the way. The headline. However, the story is Kyle Kuzma. A player that came on during the summer, was born in Flint, has shown to be a traditional type front court player that can shoot the three, attack the basket, defend his position, plays with a level of calm and demeanor that I truly appreciate. He's going to be the kind of guy that they're actually looking to give the basketball to in the waning moments of the game. He's become that good so early.
I'm so excited about Kuzma and Ball in this game. I think Ball has been playing better lately, but secretly, I wonder if you asked Magic Johnson and you said, look, one of these two has got to go, Ball or Kuzma. What do you think Magic Johnson says?
Oh, he picks Kuzma to stay. However, I have to give Ball props for making a couple of threes in consecutive games. He's actually shot the basketball a lot better. He's playing with more tempo and more confidence. It's just going to be impossible to live up to the incredible hype so many people bestowed on him, and then he doubled down on it by trying to disrespect the legend in Nas.
You know what? None of this would happen if he just maintained a proper level of respect for Nasir Jones. There would be, I'm telling you, he would shoot 60% from the floor, but because he disrespected Nasir Jones, it is not happening for him right now. But he did play well last night. Shout to the Lakers beating the Rockets and pushing the Warriors to overtime. I really like what's happening in LA. Something else that's happening in Los Angeles. Jalen Rose. When we first heard about Tristan Thompson's budding romance with none other than Khloe Kardashian, we had one piece of advice. What was that piece of advice?
Run!
Well, it seems like it's been years. It's certainly been months. The two of them have seemed like a really good couple, having fun together on social media. They've been embraced by LeBron, and they've been embraced by Jalen and Jacoby as something that we always celebrate, which is what, Jalen Rose?
We love on this show power couples.
But we always support power couples, and Tristan and Khloe have brought themselves into that level of power couple, not just in the NBA and sports, but all over the nation in pop culture. But this, Jalen, is some news about this power couple. They're about to become a power trio. Khloe Kardashian announced on Instagram that she is expecting a baby with Tristan, and we couldn't be happier about it. One thing we love more than power couples or power trios, bringing in new life to this world. But Jalen, now that we know that he is going to be a father, we have one more piece of one-word advice for Tristan Thompson. What is that?
Stay! Like Ed OG and the Bulldogs, be a father to your child.
Jalen, take us behind the curtain. Isaiah Thomas was being followed by cameras for the Players Tribune this summer. The moment that he learned that Danny Ainge had traded him from the Celtics to the Cavs. Let's experience that with him right now.
When Danny called me, he got a little quiet. And then that's when he broke it to me. He's like, well, I just traded you. That's crazy. What are you talking about? My kid's about to start school off the strength, of everything I went through. Like, you're not supposed to do that. But that's what he wanted.
Jalen, what an emotional moment. You've been traded before. Take us behind the curtain. What does that moment feel like?
The moment initially can feel like a pat on the back or a kick in the butt, depending on where you're going and when, and how you performed in your previous destination. For Isaiah Thomas, as he mentioned, he helped lift the Boston Celtics to a #1 seed. he became an All-NBA performer. He averaged almost 29 points for that squad. When his sister dealt with a tragic death, he still found a way to be competitive, go out there and compete. When he injured his hip, he still was limping on the floor. He was calling himself giving his all to the organization. His blood, sweat, and tears. But what the Boston Celtics told him, we think Kyrie is better. We're not sure if you're going to come back the way you were last year, and we don't want to give you max dollars. So we see you pulling up with the slides with the Brinks truck on them, but we're not going to break you off. And it's the harsh reality of being an athlete that I hope fans understand. There's a team on the front of your jersey that carries a name and prestige. But there's also one on the back. There's your name that follows you on and off the floor. So it's always tough to balance how much you're going to invest everything you have into an organization when you know if you're not one of those elite players, if you could get one of those calls like Isaiah Thomas did. But lastly, it's about being a professional. And that's what he's been. That's what I was trying to be every time that happened in my case.
One thing that really struck me as a family guy is him saying that his children were just about to start school, and also just the look on his girl's face, and she was just kind of stunned and shocked. What is it like telling the people around you that you got traded and that their life is about to be uprooted?
The most important thing is we're not going to make him a victim here. You get a chance to play the game you love. It just so happens they'll pay you millions of dollars for it, and it happens to be fun. You can tell that he enjoys every moment of proving people wrong as a 5'9" guard that became an all-star level player. So you relay that message like this. While I am being traded, it doesn't affect my salary at all. We're still going to live in the suburbs, and those kids that just started private school,
they'll be accepted to a new private school.
Boston, they're going to find another one in the Cleveland metropolitan area. The mansions and the cars, we can ship the cars. We can find a way to find a summer home. This is what you start to do now. If you're Isaiah Thomas, you actually don't go to Cleveland and buy a crib.
Oh, no. He's renting in Cleveland.
Or lease.
He's leasing a condo or something with a 1-year lease and just waiting to see. But before I sign on the dotted line to buy a house, I'll sign the dotted line for like a nice max deal. How about that?
And the other thing is, if you did that in Boston, now remember, this isn't his first team. He played for Sacramento, Phoenix, Boston, and now the Cavs. So he hopefully he didn't buy in Boston, but say he did. I was in this case. I was playing for Chicago, but I was still owning a house for years in Indiana. So hopefully he's not still owning a home in Boston. But at this point, you just said it. You have to find stability for your family. And so I think now that he's going to get healthy, he's going to play himself into a big-time deal, but we'll see if his future's in Cleveland.
We will. Well, Evan Turner's chef was just chilling in the kitchen, just minding his own business at Evan Turner's house, preparing a nice, healthy meal for Evan when he comes home, when a truck carrying a dumpster full of trash came careening down a hill at Evan Turner's house and landed in the pool. Evan Turner's chef had to come out and help the driver stay out above water while responders came and helped the man and rescued him. After the truck was gone and the chef was gone and everything had calmed down, do you think Evan Turner says, who's going to get all this trash out of my pool? Once I find out that the guy's okay, once I find out no one's hurt, I'm like, someone's got to get all this trash out of my pool because that's a dumpster full of trash that is now in my pool. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Someone else got to do that.
That's not how it works.
How's it work? I've never had a truck go into a pool of mine, ever. Never had a pool, to be honest with you.
You're on the phone with the insurance company. You went from having granite to marble. You went from having everything is now upgraded. You make sure
the water
that you get all you can. Because we all pay for insurance sometimes that we don't use.
The pool was actually lined with 24-karat gold and diamonds, and the ladder was made of platinum. Finally, one last topic very quickly, Jalen. There's been some slander out in the world about someone very close to you. You remember Amari Toomer? Of course. He's a Michigan Wolverine. He's a Super Bowl champion. Well, he hasn't been as happy with Jim Harbaugh's performance at the helm of the Wolverines as you have. Toomer said, quote, "I'm a frustrated fan. I think what Michigan signed up for was a Nick Saban and Urban Meyer." And then he later said, "And this year they lose to Ohio State embarrassingly. They lose to Michigan State, another embarrassment. I just think that we deserve better than this." Jalen, he also compared him to Paris Hilton. Do you agree with Amari Toomer's assessment of Jim Harbaugh's performance?
First off, us Wolverines stick together. I got love for Amari. I got love for Jim Harbaugh. When I hear that he called him a name, it just makes me think that he doesn't like him personally. And also, we're not getting a Nick Saban or an Urban Meyer. Nobody is. We want somebody that can actually perform as well as them and or beat them. And unlike Amari, who, by the way, played at Michigan, put in work, Super Bowl champion, that's my brother. I do feel like Harbaugh's going to have what it takes to turn around the program.
I'm going to reserve judgment on Harbaugh for like 365 days. We'll see where he is 365 days from now.
I just saved hundreds of dollars by switching to Geico. I'm so happy, I feel like I can fly.
Disclaimer, you will not be able to fly by switching to Geico. This is against the laws of physics and nature. If you find yourself flying, please seek professional and or medical help immediately. In the unlikely event you find yourself flying, you might be a superhero, or a pigeon, or a superhero named Pidgewoman, who was bitten by a radioactive pigeon. If you are indeed Pidgewoman, Geico retains all licensing publishing rights in the event Pidgewoman the movie becomes a top-grossing Hollywood blockbuster.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Today is our last day of radio together. Jalen and Jacoby will be handing the torch of this radio time slot over to other more qualified radio hosts. We have big things planned in 2018. You will still get a dose of Jalen and Jacoby every single weekday. We will always give you a dope pod to step to. But since this is our last day, one thing we want to do is just kind of go back into the vault and have some fun like we used to. One thing we used to play all the time is the Family Feud. As we were preparing for Jalen to appear on Celebrity Family Feud, Jalen didn't want to have his real family on, so he, at the last minute, scraped together some of his colleagues and friends. I was one of them, and we spent the entire summer preparing for this appearance by playing Family Feud. We will do so again right now. Reggie, play the music. Playing the role of Steve Harvey is our esteemed television producer, Harlan Endelman.
Harlito!
Hola, Harlito.
What up, though?
Harlito, what's the first question?
First question. 5 answers are on the board. Which TV show might you see a man on that would cause you to cancel your date with him immediately? Jacoby.
Maury Povich show. Steve.
Reggie? No. Jalen.
You said a show that a man's a host that will force you to cancel your date immediately?
Which TV show might you see a man on that would cause you to cancel your date with him immediately?
Cancel my date with him?
Exactly. That's the question.
Jerry Springer.
Yes.
Oh, that's on there?
That's on there.
Oh, how'd Maury not get on there?
4.
Dude, don't disrespect Maury like that. Jalen, do you want to keep this one or take it? Or give it away?
Pass.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to go with the nightly news. News would be in 1.
Reg. Raw.
What?
That's 1 strike.
You're on the news?
I agree, but it's just not on the board.
Okay, Jalen and Jacoby. Is that on there?
That's 2. Nope, that's 2 strikes.
That's 2.
The show. Let me see.
Which TV show might you see a man on that would cause you to cancel your date with him immediately?
I'm gonna. I don't know. I have a date with a guy, and I would cancel it if I saw them on American Idol.
Reg? Nope. Jalen, 3 answers left on the board. Let's see if you can steal this one.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, that's good.
Reg? Nope.
Oh,
nope.
That's a good one.
Number 1 answer was Cops.
Oh, that's news.
Cheaters.
No.
America's Most Wanted.
Good one.
Oh, and The Bachelor. There was 4 of them.
It's a good one. What's the next topic there, Steve?
All right, Jalen's up 1-0. 5 answers are on the board. Where might a man take you on a first date that would keep him from getting a second date?
I got it.
All right, go,
Jalen.
Jay.
And this actually ain't the correct answer, but I know how corporate America, and this is cultural, strip club.
Oh.
Number 2 on the board.
On there. Oh, so that had to be a good time. So sink or swim.
Jacoby,
sink or swim. Are you in or you out? Let's go to the strip club.
No. Jacoby?
No, don't
you can
stop
steal
talking about that. Oh, with the number one answer?
With the number one answer.
I also don't stand by this one personally, but I'm just doing it to try to get it right. I'm saying McDonald's.
That was number 3.
Oh,
no, that was a fast food restaurant, Reg.
That's on there.
That's number 3. But Jalen, you're in control. You want to take this or leave it?
Strip club's number 2. I don't know what number
I'm
1
going
is.
to keep this one.
All right.
Okay.
Where might a man take you on a first date that would keep him from getting a second date? 3 answers left.
Over one of his friends' house or his parents.
Reg?
Seems long.
Family and friends.
Wouldn't fit on that one panel.
One strike.
All right. To prevent you from getting a second date.
Yeah.
How about
where shouldn't he take you, Jalen?
fishing?
That sounds fun.
That sounds awesome.
Pack a cooler.
Reg?
Go out there in the boat. That sounds great.
2 strikes.
Huh.
All right. I know where. A place to get adult toys. An adult shop.
Sex shop.
On a first date?
I like that. That's bold.
That's presumptuous.
This is bold. All right, so for the
That's
steal.
3 strikes. So you got 3 left on the board.
For the steal.
Jacoby, where might a man take you on a first date that would keep him from getting a second date?
His parents' house.
Reg?
Isn't that kind of what Jalen said, too?
Kinda, yeah, not really.
Hospital?
Can I say
I'm gonna
one
go
other
hospital,
thing?
mental hospital?
You guys suck at dating.
Yeah,
How about
just keep guessing.
How about over his? How about to
his wife's
home
house.
To his wife.
Yeah, home to his wife. That's got to
his
be on the
wife's
board.
house.
No one does
That's
this.
got to be on the board. Home
No
to
one
his
does
wife.
that.
Home to his wife. No.
There are a lot of people that feel like they got there are a lot of people that feel like they got a girlfriend and a wife on the side.
Yeah.
And
no?
don't combine
Steve?
them on the first date. Would be my take. All right.
Steve.
Number 1 answer was the bar.
What?
Yep.
That's what?
That's wrong.
I've been out of the dating game too long because we're going to the bar.
Number 4 answer is the zoo.
That's the only place you're going.
I know. They mean like the test, like the legal test, the bar?
And the number 5 was a sports game, a match.
Sports game. Oh, my. See, they ask 100 people at Rockefeller Center. They're asking the wrong people.
We've made a lot of mistakes.
2 minutes left, Steve.
A sporting event. So let's get this right. The first time around, I was the only person to get something on the board. The second time around, I had the highest answer, right?
That's true. And yeah, you're winning 2-0 right now.
You're winning the fake Family Feud, Jalen. Great.
But we're going to do one more.
One more.
We all know what's going to happen if we get a speed round.
5 answers on the board. Name something that happens to most people, but not to Santa Claus. Jacoby!
Got it.
Retirement.
Be more specific.
Gets fired? What do you mean? Retirement. Loses his job.
That's not on there. Jalen.
God.
Name something that happens to most people, but not Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited to see him. Joy.
What? People?
What? No one gets excited to see you?
No one gets excited to see you? Name something that happens to most people and not Santa Claus.
Not Santa Claus. So he's saying no one gets excited to see Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
No.
Name something that happens to most people. I mean, it's still a round robin now. You got it wrong, too.
I know.
Name something
we gotta do this quick.
Happen to most people that don't get...
Not to Santa Claus.
But not to Santa Claus. Run out of gas. No. Travel on
something
the
that happens
ground.
to most people...
I don't know who to get the board.
Not live in the North Pole.
But
we are so bad at this.
I got it.
How did we win in the first place?
I got it. I got it. They
What
only
is it?
come around once a year.
Go to the gym? What about go to the gym? Let's go to the gym on the board.
Just give me one right answer.
Trim his beard.
How about he's a UFO?
Work out. Yeah. Get identified as a UFO.
Star Trek.
Yeah. Is Santa Claus an alien?
We're not quitting until we get one.
Watch Star Wars. Something happens. Most people get divorced. Have kids.
Nope.
Watch Paid in Full.
Have an actual meal cooked for them instead of just cookies.
Nope.
Have a balanced diet.
No.
What happens to most
have
people?
Have to go to school.
Nope. These are all legitimate. Yeah. Watch Jalen and Jacoby.
Live with their parents.
What? How is this not on the board? How is none of this on the board?
Here's the 5 answers.
Drive a regular vehicle.
Death. Wait a second. We have no proof that Santa Claus can't die.
Just hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
Get old.
He's already old.
Exactly. He's already there.
He already old.
What?
33 people are dumb, then.
He got a big gray beard.
Yeah, he's old. He got old.
Santa doesn't have traffic problems.
Santa
doesn't lose weight.
I was on all this.
And Santa does not pay taxes.
No.
He definitely don't pay taxes.
No, he pays taxes. He about to
I
get
ain't
hit
gonna
up.
say anything about that because I don't want to get fired on the last show.
He about to get hit up. Thank you so much, Harlan Edelman, for
He'll fit right
playing
in
the
these
role
days in this
of
country.
Steve Harvey. Not the same without John Lawrence. Shout out to John Lawrence.
Shout out.
It's time for Soft Move or Boss Move. After losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars 45-7, Texans defensive end Jadeveon Clowney called Blake Bortles trash. What? Well, guess what? Texans fans are now sending trash cans to Houston to Jadeveon Clowney's attention. Jalen Rose sending a bunch of trash cans to Jadeveon Clowney and trolling one of the best defensive players in the league. Is that a soft move or a boss move by Texas fans?
This is a boss move by Jaguar fans because I talked about it on this program. When Blake Bortles and Jacksonville thump you, you can't go to the press naming names. It don't work like that. So I appreciate the creativity of the fans, and they put their money behind their fandom. And as the great American philosopher David Jacoby always says, you can be mean if you're funny. I think that's funny.
And I think this is funny. Moving on to something that's not so funny. We both have iPhones. A lot of people on the staff have iPhones. And sometimes they come out with new ones. They get a little outdated, or you download the new iOS, and it just doesn't seem to work the same. It kind of slows down your old phone, and you feel like you should replace it and have a new one. Well, guess what? Apple has basically gone ahead and admitted that they do this intentionally, trying to get you to update your iPhone. Jalen Rose, making your old products so bad that they forced you to buy new products. Soft move or boss move?
Boss move. Because not only do they do it, they tell us we're going to do it.
And we're
like
still going to buy them.
myself, standing in the store yesterday with my 17-year-old daughter, Mariah, she got the new iPhone.
Yep.
And the first thing the dude said was, "Do you want the wireless charger?" We looked over. It was a white little lily pad sitting on the table. We don't need that.
I can just plug my phone in. That doesn't solve a problem for me. I've never been like, oh, should I charge my phone? It's so hard to plug in, I'm going to do it. This is a boss move. Like, Apple has me. I'm buying all Apple products. I bought those earbuds. Guess what? Lost them. You know what I did? Bought another pair. Do you know what I did with those? Lost them. You buy a charger, it never works. You buy the headphones, they break after 2 weeks, and I still keep coming back for more. I am an Apple stan, so this is a boss move. Moving on. There's a new survey that basically learned that human beings do not change their sheets nearly enough. There's all kinds of gross details about how gross everyone's sheets are. Human beings create 26 million gallons of sweat in their bed over the course of a year. Jalen, they say that we should change our sheets every week. But let's be honest, we all know we change them every 3 weeks or every 2 weeks. Changing your sheets every week, soft move or boss move?
That's definitely a boss move, especially if you have a significant other and you're fortunate enough to get busy in them. You got to change them at least
Let's move on.
Every few days.
Finally, Jalen Rose, finding out about Christmas eyebrows and then getting Christmas eyebrows for national television consumption. Is that a soft move or a boss move?
You my brother, and I wasn't going to tweet this because it may read like I don't love you the way I do.
Wait, what?
But it's definitely a soft move.
What, you mean spreading holiday cheer and warmth and care and really getting into the spirit of the holidays and giving and loving? You think that's a soft move? So I guess you're against the holidays. I guess you're against love and cheer.
There are a lot of other things you can do to celebrate Christmas besides those bushy eyebrows that make you look 30 years older.
First of all, these eyebrows are spectacular. And I'm considering not even taking them off when the show's over. I'm going to take them to happy hour. I'm going to see what's going to happen. Earlier today, I put a picture of myself with these eyebrows on social media. And what the reaction I got, it wasn't exactly an outpouring of love and support. You know, it seems like there were some people that were a little judgmental about my decision to get my eyebrows bedazzled in a Christmas manner. Huh. Didn't expect that.
Seem a little sensitive about the outcry that you're getting back from your loyal fans.
Oh, I'm fine with it. I kind of expected it. I knew this was going to be a controversial move. But you know what? When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And I also want to give a shout
True story.
to our makeup artists here at the Los Angeles Production Center for ESPN. Fab really committed. She took time. She put love into her craft and decked me out with the Christmas eyebrows. Jalen, you'll be working on Christmas Day. Why don't you give the people what they want? Give us a little behind the scenes. Give us a little tease of some of the things you'll be wearing, some of the things you have planned, some of the special features, some of the people that will be there, some of the games that we will see.
So a couple of things. First, the day's going to start with getting a fresh cut around 5:36.
Who's giving you the cut? Did we figure that out?
I'm going to use Reg's recommendation, or I'm going to use my other homeboy, who actually, now that I think about it, cut me this time last year because my main barber, who's the greatest, Shiz, is going to be out of town Christmas morning. So that's how it starts.
I saw Reg talking about giving you a barber, and what I said to him, and I was like, this is like setting someone up for a date. Like, this could go bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you want to be involved in this, Reg. How about you just let Jalen handle it? Because if Jalen doesn't like his hair, he's going to be complaining to you all day long on Christmas. So I told him, I was like, look, I don't know if you want to involve yourself in this. The same way when you have two friends you think would be perfect for each other, you just don't want to involve yourself in it. I warned him about this. So I would advise you against using Reg's barber just for Reg and your relationship.
And our meeting is at 7, and we have a full slate of 5 NBA games. First and foremost, you're going to see the crew, since it's that early in the morning, rocking our PJs, bringing you behind the curtain. Going to try to put some bacon and eggs on the table if the company allows, and just do what we do. First thing in the morning with Mr. Big Shot, The Truth, and Beads.
Shout out.
And then we got, again, as I mentioned, 5 games. Obviously, you get a chance to see LeBron and KD go mano-a-mano.
Yep.
Which is going to be awesome. That's the feature game. It stinks that Steph ain't going to play. And obviously, I'm looking forward to James Harden playing against Russell Westbrook also. Going to be terrific theater all day long.
Yep. Got to give the people what they want.
First question is from Anthony. Jalen. Soft move or boss move, number 1 in the shower. See, Jalen, that's the thing. You don't pay attention. It takes you 5 seconds to even like recognize that a question was asked.
I was thinking of an answer. Unlike most people, I actually think before I speak. I know y'all don't believe that I do, but I actually do.
We have no evidence of that, to be honest with you, but continue.
I would say, and again, first off, it's trifling either way. Number 1.
But not peeing in the shower is trifling?
No, doing a number 1 in the shower is trifling.
It is. But don't act like you've never done it.
Now, let's talk about location. If you do it in your personal shower, you're just nasty and foul.
Oh, wait, I go the other way around. I'm saying if you do it in your own personal shower, that's fine. But if you do it in the public, then that's foul. Oh, my shower, I can do whatever I want.
If you do it in the public, that's a flagrant foul.
So
you should be arrested and or given a ticket.
So I was on vacation, if you remember, a couple weeks ago when we were at a very nice hotel, and they had a hotel pool. And when you're in a nice, exotic, like a remote tropic environment, the hotel pool comes with what, Jalen Rose?
Oh, the hotel pools come with nice and warm and amenities, food and drinks.
Yeah, and they've got a swim-up bar. So you can just swim right up there, get yourself a cerveza and a shot of tequila. We had a great time. And me and my wife noticed something. There's about 80 people at the pool, and we spent about just 15 minutes just waiting and watching to see if someone would walk to the bathroom and use the bathroom. You got 80 people, all having adult beverages, all swimming in the pool, and you don't see anybody getting out of the pool to go to the bathroom. That's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about that. We sat and we made note. We were like, let's just recognize the next person that gets out of the pool to go to the bathroom. Nobody did that. Thank you so much for the question, Anthony.
Shout out.
Next. Oh, this is going to get us in trouble. Don't get fired. This is from Lori. My boyfriend thinks I should sleep naked, but it's winter. I'm cold and his JRLA sweatshirt is soft and warm. Shouldn't I get a pass?
First and foremost, it's a boss move to have a JRLA sweatshirt.
Always a boss move. Always a boss move.
Here's the thing about being a happy couple. Compromise.
Mm-hmm.
And so the women usually sling the sledgehammer 99.9% of the time in a relationship.
Of course. Lying to yourself if you don't think that's
So
the case.
here's what I'll say about this. If you sleeping naked allows him to enjoy himself when he's begging you for favors, then he should allow you to sleep naked. If you being clothed creates a barrier for his begging, then I understand as such. But during the winter, he got to get you a nice blankie. I would think that he would hope that you continue to sleep whatever makes you comfortable. And based on the call, it's naked.
Sleep in whatever makes you happy, Lori. Whatever makes you happy. But if you are cold, I'm sure that your boyfriend can think of some activities that might warm you up. Let's go on to the next Twitter question. Soft move or boss move, buying a gift card for your Secret Santa gift at work.
Buying any gift for somebody is a boss move.
It's always a boss move. So let me tell you something about that. I'm just going to complain about my wife for a second because she doesn't listen to the show or watch the show or even care that we have a show. She sent me a list, like a registry.
She only has 3 kids she's raising of yours.
She sent a registry of different things that she wanted. And I asked her a couple questions about them. And then at the end of the call, she goes, you really shouldn't tell people what you're getting them for Christmas. That ruins it, kind of, just for the future. And I was like, well, Joey, you sent me a list of 5 things to choose from. Is it really a surprise? Is it really a surprise if you went online and picked it out and sent me a link? Is if you really want a surprise present, we can go the surprise present route. But when you send me a link, the surprise is up. And also, like you said, we got 3 kids. Christmas ain't about us. You know, it's not about us. So, Jalen, whose side are you on in this one?
Is this a trick question?
No.
You know whose side I'm on. You sound crazy, fam. She raising 3 kids of yours. She just had the house exterminated from roaches. And she sent you 5 items. It's still a surprise. She don't know which one you getting. It ain't like she only sent 1. Then that makes it not a surprise.
Post Def wants to know, you need a 3-pointer to win $1 million. Who are you having take the shot? Jim Harbaugh or LeVar Ball, Jalen's dad? Who's taking the shot, Harbaugh or LeVar Ball? NBA 3.
I'm having LeVar Ball. He in the gym a lot more, shooting baskets and or coaching individuals to do so.
He's in the gym a lot more. I just feel like, let's say best case scenario, LeVar Ball does make it. You know he's asking you for some money. You know, he wants to get chipped off. You know, it's almost like the worst thing that could happen is he made it. And next thing you know, you get a LeVar Ball text every day. You know, you get LeVar Ball text all the time. I'm changing my number after LeVar Ball wins me $1 million.
See, you've missed it. This is the perfect example of why I want LeVar to adopt me. Because an athlete like myself just gets abused by the system. LeVar Ball, like, we go cash in from day one.
Next is from Lars. Soft move or boss move, padded toilet seats. If you listened to the show yesterday, Jalen Rose revealed that he has those cushiony toilet seats that I've only encountered like a couple times in my life. They're basically the toilet seats with that big foam on it, and it's got like a plasticky, waxy exterior. And when you sit on them, it makes what noise, Jalen? You really have those in your home? Or is that just something that you said out loud?
It's something I said out loud.
You don't really have those at your house, right? You have actual, just real regular toilet seats?
I like them, though. That reminded me that I wanted to go get one.
Have you ever, I know exactly what you're talking about. Have you ever had a heated toilet seat?
Heated toilet seat, no. Heated floors, yes.
So I moved into a home that was owned by a lady that was a little weird. And it was just a weird house. But, you know, shout to her. We rented it for a while, whatever. She did pay me the security deposit back in a foreign currency. This is the type of landlord that I had, okay? She paid me the safe deposit back in a foreign currency, and I had to go to the bank and exchange it.
She got you.
That's what happened in real life. So anyway, I move in there, and in the master bedroom, there's only one bathroom. So in the master bathroom, which is the only bathroom, there was a heated toilet seat. And you know what, Jalen? We turned that on. It was fantastic. I think it's a Japanese thing, I want to say. But if you have enough money to spend on frivolous things, get yourself a heated toilet seat. Don't get yourself one of those padded toilet seats that Jalen claimed to have that doesn't really have. Next, Torian wants to know, is sushi cultural? And Jalen, why don't you like sushi? Great questions. You love
sushi
seafood.
Sushi is not cultural.
You love seafood.
I'm the only adult I know that doesn't do these couple of things. Play golf or eat sushi. Everybody I know does one or the other. Most people I know do both.
Why don't you enjoy sushi? Because
I don't like raw food.
But let me tell you some things that I know about you, okay? I know you love expensive things, right? I know you love seafood.
Like the woo. I like cooked food.
And I know you love seafood. And I know you love sake, right? Those are three things that you like. That's what you get at a sushi experience. You can have those three things. You can overpay for food. You can get seafood. And you can have
sake!
Jalen doesn't just like sake. What type of sake do you like?
Hot sake.
Hot sake. That's the kinds you like. And those that really drink sake know that hot sake is actually the cheap sake. It's actually not that high quality. It's the one that they just heat up. But Jalen loves hot beverages, teas, sakes. And what is Jalen's favorite mixed drink in the world?
Hot toddy.
Hot toddy. Hot sake, hot toddy. And you notice that the Jalen juice that he's always trying to get us to drink, also a heated beverage as well. When was the first time you had a hot toddy?
Here's the deal. You just stumbled on the answer to your question. And you weren't even paying attention to the subject. If you were an attorney, I win this case.
What are you talking about?
Here's why.
You're watching a lot of First Take.
I like hot food.
Uh-huh.
I like hot drinks.
Uh-huh.
I like hot sake.
Uh-huh.
I like hot toddies.
Uh-huh.
And my personal drink is hot.
Uh-huh.
So what do I look like eating cold food?
That's a good point. You win, Jalen. You win. You've embraced debate, and you've won it.
I love lobster. I love shrimp. You've never seen me eat either one cold.
If you call 985-80-JALEN, you can leave us a voicemail. If you leave us a voicemail, we'll play it on the show just like this.
What up, though, Jalen and Jacoby? This is Chris from Texas. I was listening to last night's podcast while dropping off my little brother at school for finals. And I had to stop the podcast at the 48-minute mark, 48:35. Because you start talking about UFOs, and then Mr. Rose just had to make a comment saying the same people that believe in aliens are into Star Trek. Okay, I got to stop that for a second. First, I'm bugging. Shout out Reg. Shout out the staff. Please put me on this because I really need to get this out here. Okay, I, like Jacoby, personally believe that aliens also exist. I'm not crazy about it, but I'm not ignorant enough to think that we humans are the center of the entire universe, because we're not. I believe David 100%. And just because you believe in aliens, like, I don't care for Star Trek. I don't care for Star Wars. I don't care for sci-fi. None of that stuff. But I do believe extraterrestrials exist. And I don't think it's fair for Mr. Rose to group everyone up and to think, oh, because you believe in aliens, you like Star Trek. Like, no. I can't stand Star Trek. I can't stand it. Like, I don't care for stuff like that. If y'all like it, good for you, respect, but that's not me. And just because we believe in other things in outer space does not mean we're into sci-fi. Like, please, let's get that clear. Anyway, I just wanted to vent my frustration out. Love you guys. Been listening to the pod for years. Keep giving the people what they want. I am a person. Deuces.
Yes, preach, Chris. Preach, Chris. Mr. Rose, he had some words for you.
If I was in the studio, I'd do this. And then they'd push the button and say, let me clear my throat. Thank you, Reg. A couple of things. We love you too, Chris from Texas.
Shout out.
48 minutes and 35 seconds. This is why I love the supporters of Jalen and Jacoby 6 years and running. That's longer than an NBA game.
I used to listen. If I listen to a podcast, I listen to like the first 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I got it.
You know what I'm saying? So thank you very much.
And he's taking his little brother to finals. That's a long way to take your little brother.
No doubt about it.
Shout out to you, Chris. Get it done for the fam.
Shout out.
Love this guy.
I don't mind him calling me ignorant. I've been accused of that before. Mm-hmm. I'm fine with it. But in this case, he showed a little insecurity. And it let me know that I'm right. And you guys are wrong.
What are you right about?
Because I'm going to give you people a trait that I want y'all to pay attention to, whether it's a coworker, a friend, whether it's a stranger. Pay attention to the person that always defends themselves. So, for example, you hanging out with your friend. They like, oh, I don't know why I wore this shirt. Or you go to somebody's house. Oh, don't worry about that carpet over there. Or you're in the office cubicles like, oh, man, I don't know why I did this to my hair. Like, don't hit me with the insecurity, okay? And then come with the terms sci-fi, and here it comes, weird. He used that word. And you know what else he used? He said he's not crazy about. Let me tell you that when people say that they're not crazy, guess what they normally are?
Crazy?
When you say you're not crazy about a movie, it's different than saying you're not crazy. Saying you're not crazy about something is different than saying you're crazy. I'm riding for my man Chris in Texas because there are aliens and they're flying around in our atmosphere and they're watching us, and people like you, Jalen Rose, are still there, not even believing that the aliens are surveying us right now at this moment.
Crazy.
See, I'm gonna pull you guys behind the curtain. You guys, I love you so much. You've heard me take Uber calls. You've heard Jacoby fart in the studio. Fortunately for you, you didn't have to smell it.
Wax. I've never farted in the studio on wax.
But here's what you guys don't know. It's a 33-33-33 that happens with this program. 33% of the time, I'm actually paying attention. 33% of the time, I'm on the phone and halfway paying attention. And 33% of the time, I'm paying attention and actually taking notes.
No, but right now, you're not taking notes.
I'm engaged.
You're not taking notes. You are. What is your note on? Is that a notepad? What is that a note on?
An envelope. I'm opening mail.
Because he was going through his mail. Jalen Rose was going through his mail while listening to the callers. One of my frustrations about this radio program is the fact that Jalen Anthony Rose is only half paying attention during the radio segments. He'll be on his phone. Now he's opening up mail. I open up mail while I watch TV. Opening up mail while you do something else. It's like a chore. Like, you treat this like it's a chore. You know this is your last radio show with us, Jalen, and you can't even pay attention for one more day. You can't pay attention for one more day.
Bam. The reason why we have a popular radio show and podcast is because the people don't like phony. They don't like staged. They see the announcements. They understand that on April 2nd, I'm fortunate enough to contribute on the show with Mike Greenberg and Michelle Beadle called Get Up. Mm-hmm. And you know what else the people know? I need to relocate. And in order to relocate, I have to have movers and pack. And tell me who loves to move and pack. Okay.
What are you talking about?
So this day, I have not looked at the phone once. I have not looked at TV except First Take somewhat today because I live with one of the people on that program. So now I get a chance to breathe. And I'm going through my mail because I want to get caught up on some things and I can multitask.
Go
but
through
I'm not
your mail some other
apologizing
time.
for it.
Go through your mail some other time. I'm engaged. I've researched. I prepare topics. I'm locked in. You know why they put you on that morning show? Not because they want the show to be better, because they wanted to take you off of this radio show. They're like, we got to do something. He doesn't seem engaged. He doesn't seem like he's paying attention when he does that radio show with Jacoby. We can't let Jacoby have a partner that's only halfway there. So let's put him on the Greenberg show, and that way we'll make it look like a promotion when really we're just canceling his role on Jalen and Jacoby. That's what's happening.
But at least, but let me tell you what our guy Chris said, though.
Stop going through the mail.
Chris said, I'm not crazy about it.
Yes.
He admitted. He said, I'm not crazy not crazy about the fact that I believe in aliens. He said he's not crazy about the fact he believes in aliens.
Dog, he said he's not crazy about Star Trek. That's like me saying I'm not crazy about mashed potatoes. Like, I like them, but I'm not crazy about them. God, I can't wait for the show to be over.
Let me tell you something.
Last show with Jalen Rose. Thank God.
Let me tell you the most underrated food that all of us share. Potatoes. I'm glad you just touched on that.
No, I'm upset that I did.
Think about how many different ways we enjoy potatoes. For those cookers, those foodies out there, those that just go to restaurants and eat. Twice baked potatoes.
Can we listen to another voicemail?
Normal baked potatoes.
Do we have another voicemail?
Hey again, Jalen and Jacoby. It's Tiana from Maryland, and I have 3 things. First, I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for playing my voicemail on Woman Crush Wednesday about the UFO sighting. I've had a rough year, but this truly, truly made my Christmas. So thank you, and thank you to the staff, and thank you, Reg. Second, Jalen, I saw the UFO. I truly, truly did, but I've never seen E.T. I've never seen Star Trek, but I did see that UFO. And third, do you think Ezekiel Elliott's going to have a blowout game on Sunday? I truly hope so, because Cowboys Nation, we have missed him. Anyway, thank you so much. Bye.
Uh-oh, Jalen, we got a problem. One problem first is she's still going through your mail, okay? Second problem, she said she saw UFO. We covered that already. Third problem, she said she's from Maryland, right? And what team is she repping for?
The Terrapins.
The Cowboys. Oh, you weren't listening because you're going through your mail. So she's repping for the Cowboys.
I heard her.
And she's
she
in Maryland.
She's repping for the Cowboys, and she said, what do I expect from Ezekiel Elliott? She talked about seeing a UFO. She talked about not liking E.T. It's just jokes. So a couple of things. Thank you for the call. We appreciate the support.
Shout out.
I do believe that you saw a UFO. And here's what I mean. There are things in the air all of the time flying around that we can't identify.
So it's an unidentified flying object. That's fair. I'm glad that you finally admitted that there is alien life on this planet. I'm glad it just took Chris from Texas and Tiana from Maryland to get that out of you.
That ain't what I said.
That's exactly what you said.
What's going on, Jalen? What's going on, Jacoby? I love your show. I'm actually looking forward to starting my own podcast. Can you please tell me the best way to do that? This is Jay calling from the DMV. And also, Jalen, please stop saying LeVar Ball is your stepdad, because no way that a man like that can produce an extraordinary individual like yourself. I love what you and Jacoby do every single day. And please, if that's the real red man that's behind the turntables, please, every time y'all announce the power couple, throw that Superman love on for me. But I'm looking forward to hearing y'all response. Y'all doing a great job. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Jay from the DMV. Appreciate the shout.
Shout out.
First thing I want to give you is you want to start your own podcast. Here's the best advice I can say. Just do the podcast. Just do it. Don't worry about how many people are listening to it. It doesn't cost that much money to start a podcast. It'll take you like an afternoon and $150. One afternoon and $150. Go get the equipment. Record a podcast with a friend, without a friend. Make a bad podcast. And then make a little bit better podcast. And then make a little bit better podcast. And then make a little bit better podcast. And then after you've done about 20 of them, then you start putting it on social media. And start telling your friends. Telling them to subscribe. And they'll just grow from there. Jalen.
What up, Dow?
What do you have to say about Jay from the DMV?
Number one, we appreciate the call. Thank you for the support.
Shout out.
And follow Jacoby's advice. Just do it. And don't worry about your critics or your naysayers or people trying to judge the content or how you go about expressing yourself or the visuals you may have. As long as you continue to bring quality content, have strong opinion and or fact, and you're likable in your own way, best of luck with it. Also, I think we can accommodate the Superman lover request. We should do that anyway.
And that is the real Redman. Of course, Redman, we call him Reggie here because we don't want to blow him up or draw too much attention to the fact that we have one of the best rappers of all time just doing our soundboard. But Redman spent a lot of time in studios, so he understands how to work the levels and, you know, the different ins and outs and the technical stuff. So he decided to volunteer for this show. So Reggie, our producer, is actually Reggie Noble, and he's here every day. Sometimes he's late, you know, but
no question.
we take that.
And also, again, no shortage of Redman love on this program. He's in our intro.
One of my
that
favorites.
We've been running for years.
Shout out.
Thank you so much for the call,
lastly,
Jay.
about LeVar. I understand what he's saying about me continuing to say that LeVar's going to adopt me. But here's what I want people to understand. I never met my biological father, who passed approximately 10 years ago. The great Jimmy Walker, who was an all-star, started Providence, one of the greatest players in the history of collegiate basketball. When I see LeVar Ball, trust me, I understand shenanigans and foolishness. Trust me, I understand when somebody is going overboard with their commentary and their comments and their goals and their dreams and their hype. But do you guys really think he believes that he's better at basketball than Michael Jordan? Do you guys really believe that he thought Steph Curry wasn't as good as Lonzo Ball at UCLA? The bottom line is he showed us who he was. He wants his sons to major in basketball. One of them is already in the league. He might have to start a league for his other two to play. And I bet they're going to get $10,000 a month each. And so I just appreciate how if there's a loud noise in the house, almost like when you with your significant other and she may look at you to go down and investigate, I bet when they're all in the house, they all look at LeVar. So therefore, I don't mind him adopting me.
Thank you so much for the call, Jay. If you call 985-80-JALEN, you can leave us a voicemail. If you leave us a voicemail, we'll play it on the pod just like this.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Reg, what's up, Darren? What's up, whole staff and crew? What's up, down at Jalen Jacoby? I just called because I'm sitting there listening to Women Cuz Friends. This is Big T from Houston, Texas, by the way, heading to work. Listening to Women Cuz Friends, and I just have to say that, Jacoby, man, you're doing a lot of soft moves here. Okay, number one, UFO sightings are definitely cultural. Let's just say it and get that out the way. Number two, as a young kid, one of the greatest things that any young urban kid would say and believe, and I think Jalen and Reg could definitely agree and attest to this, is when we become older, number one thing we're not going to do is get our own place is have roaches. We're going to do everything we can not to have roaches, because having roaches as a child leaves a different mindset when you become an adult. So you don't want to have roaches, and not to slander anyone else who has roaches. and trying to do something about them, but we don't want to be affiliated with them, period, especially when it comes to going over to people's house and eating. So, Jacoby, that was definitely a soft move. A soft move for you to say, and I understand keeping it real, keeping it 100, keeping it honest, some things everyone just don't have to know. And you said you had roaches live on that. I love you, brother, but that was a soft move. So, with that being said, I would like for Jalen and Reg to pull you behind the curtain, solo, one-on-one, and check you for your acting soft on this Wednesday.
Ow.
Hey, love you guys. Shout out to the show. Jalen, Jacoby, Reg, keep getting those checks. Holla.
A couple things. I believe it's Big T in Texas. He left that message about how soft I am before he even saw that I was wearing Crispus eyebrows today. You know, I got glitter and paint in my eyebrows right now.
I thought about that,
he's
too.
talking about Jalen needs to check me and tell me I'm soft. So, Big T, you said something during your message. During your message, when you were sort of telling me how soft I am, which I appreciate. You know what I mean? I appreciate anyone who listens to the show. You know, and like I love criticism. Criticism makes me better. You know, maybe I am being soft. Maybe there's something I need to change about myself. I don't get sensitive about this kind of thing. I embrace it and I love it, and I'm keep living the way I'm living. Well, a couple things. You said keep it 100. Yes, I was keeping it 100. And you said some things I don't need to know. So, you know what? I'm going to be 100% on this. This is what I do. I'll tell you what's really happening. And you say it's soft that I have roaches. I didn't invite the roaches over. I didn't send them an evite saying, "Hey guys, come over to the house." You know, I didn't leave the door open for them and put some breadcrumbs outside trying to get them to come over. I didn't set up a house for them. You know, they showed up. Do you know why they showed up? I got 3 kids under 5. 3 kids under 5, not the cleanest eaters. We vacuum this place 2 or 3 times a day. But Cheerios get stepped on, crumbs all over the place. They're spilling milk on the floor. You know, you wake up in the morning and find they're stashing food behind pillows and stuff. They're wild. There's 3 of them. I can't keep my eye on all of them.
Underneath the bed.
You end up with some
places
crumbs.
that adults never look or crawl.
And I know you don't want me to take you behind the curtain what's going on, but here's what we had to do today. My wife had to take everything out of the kitchen, out of the cabinets, everything out of the pantry, everything out. We had to put everything outside the house under a tarp because we got the exterminator coming over this morning. Exterminator's supposed to be there at 9 a.m. I'm at the house at 9:30. Like, I gotta go to work.
Wasn't on time.
Not even close to on time. I called the number. He left us a number. I call the number. That's the dispatcher. Dispatcher's like, "Oh, I think that's so-and-so's. Oh, I got the wrong person." So they don't even know when the person's coming. I had to wait there. I was late for work, unprepared for the show because the exterminator wasn't there. Big T, Texas. Another thing. UFOs aren't cultural. They're not cultural. Aliens don't care if you're white, black, Asian, Indian. Aliens don't care if you're anything. Aliens are here just to survey you and study you. And they're looking around and they're going, "Hey, Earth." They're just looking around. You ever shop for an apartment, Jalen? You ever shop for an apartment and then the realtor, whatever, opens up the door for you and you just look around. You're like, all right, maybe that'd be the bedroom. Oh, it looks a little dirty over here. That's what the aliens are doing right now to our planet. That's what they're doing right now to our planet. They're looking. They're looking. They're saying, oh, maybe we could put headquarters over here in Russia. Or no, it looks a little nicer in Brazil. That's what we'll set up that. Okay, we'll put storage. That'll be like that. The Greenland, Iceland area. We'll use that for storage. That's what they're doing right now to our planet. Flying around in the atmosphere. Just checking us out before they move in. Big T from Texas. Having roaches in your house is not a soft move. It's not. And telling people on microphones that you have it in your house, just being honest with the people that listen to your show every single day, that are part of your family, that's not a soft move either. But you know what's a boss move? Calling into Jalen and Jacoby.
Boss move, calling in Jalen and Jacoby. But one of the things that people appreciate our programming is about it being authentic.
And organic and
honest.
Don't
get it twisted now. Jacoby gets paid to do television and production for the Worldwide Leader. Just throwing that out there. So, you know what I'm saying?
Here's what happened. There was like 3 roaches. We're not roach infested. Okay. Here's what really happened, though. Real talk. This weekend, my wife was there alone with all 3 kids. She was cooking something in the oven. She picked up a dish towel. You know, you put the dish towel in the back of the oven. Roach jumped out of the dish towel onto her. onto her, and you know how they got those legs?
Point, I would have been like,
yeah. You know how they got those legs that can stick to clothes? It clipped onto her clothes, so she tried to hit the roach off of her, and the roach stayed there. The kids are in the house. She lost her mind. She didn't go into the kitchen for 3 days. She's like, you need to do the dishes. I need a glass of water. Go get it. I'm not going to the kitchen. So now everything is outside of the cupboards. Everything is all over the house, and I'm going to have to put it all back tonight.
That's a terrific story. Just so you know, you hear me representing the culture when I heard about the roaches. It's like Jason or Freddy coming.
So we don't like to talk about ourselves too much on this show, but this is our final segment on radio. So we wanted to spend just one segment reflecting, taking you behind the curtain, taking you behind the scenes and some of the process. And one of the stories I want to tell is a meeting that I had at a very tense time in my career at the crossroads. And I had a meeting with someone that I respected, someone that I loved, someone that always made me feel comfortable, someone that always gave me great advice, and someone that always seemed to have the right thing to say and had more wisdom and experience and intelligence than I did. And that is the great John Skipper. And I had a meeting with John Skipper, and after exchanging some pleasantries, he kind of got down to it, and he said, so, if I do this radio show with Jalen, that's all it's going to take, right? And I said, yeah, that's pretty much it, because there's a lot of other things going on with my employment and whether or not I was going to stay at ESPN. And he just cut through the whole thing because he didn't have a lot of time to deal with little old Jacoby. He was like, so, if we do this radio show, then, we'll figure something out, right? I was like, yes, that is true, Mr. Skipper. And then the rest is history, as they say. They launched the Jalen and Jacoby radio show. And here we are today. Jalen, that's the story of how we started the radio show. Obviously, got to give a big shout out to Dave Roberts, who was the first voice in the Bristol buildings that wanted to give us a chance. But Jalen, even before that, you were the catalyst of this project. You were the butterfly wing flap that turned into the cyclone that is Jalen and Jacoby started in your brain. And it started at an SB after party where a lot of shows get greenlit. So tell me the story.
Long story short, I stalked the Podfather because he's talented at what he does. And I saw that he was about to create a subsidiary of ESPN called Grantland. And at the time, I felt like, coming from Fox and the Best Damn Sports Show, that I didn't want to only talk about basketball on the shows that I got a chance to appear on.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to try to create content outside of just sports, but entertainment, pop culture, and also create something that not only sounded different, but looked different. As you see, for those who get a chance to watch us on television, the immortals that hang on the wall, there's so many Mrs. and Mr. Me Too's have bitten this idea like it's rabies. So I go up to Bill Simmons. I'm like, about the podcast. Cool. Give me a shot on Monday. So I'm like, I want to show him that I'm serious about this. So guess what I did on Monday? Call him at 9 a.m. Took me a few months to track him down and to finally get a meeting. Shout to my homeboy Kevin Parker as we were researching all of the people that I should possibly do the show with. Because initially he felt I should do it by myself. And I'm like, I don't want to do it by myself. And we came to the conclusion that we should do the show with a gentleman that's talented, that's well-versed, somebody that you would kick it with on and off wax, that you have a lot of things in common with, but yet you can be a lot different. And worst case scenario, somebody that loads all of the podcasts on the network, so even if it's whack, he's going to make sure it gets posted.
Mm-hmm.
David Jacoby. So we go into the meeting. He's in the meeting with Bill.
And then it was a phone call between me and Jalen where I was like, all right, fine, we'll set this up. We'll do a pilot. We'll see what happens. And I was like, well, who do you want to do it with? And then he said, Jalen goes, oh, you don't want to do it? And I was like, I never really considered that as a thing. I'm the producer. And now here we are 6 years later, 6 and change years later, with our last radio show. For anyone listening to this is not a goodbye. This is not a sign off. This is not tears.
Chuck Keller.
We got to shout. This is the end of the radio show between 7 and 9. We got to
shout
back
Marcia
every
Keegan.
single day in 2018 with a dope pod to step to.
Norby Williamson.
Nothing will change if you're subscribed to the Jalen and Jacoby feed. You will still get a dope pod to step to every day. We got bigger and better things planned for next year. Marcia Keegan.
Our old boss, John Wildhack.
John Wildhack. We have to shout out John Skipper. We have to shout out the Podfather. As always, the biggest shout to the Podfather. Pizza Cone, Dave Roberts, and the people that helped us in Bristol.
No doubt.
Danny Z, Dan Jackshesky, John Lawrence, Mike Antoniou, Vince Paul Cates, someone I've known for a long time, Marvin Prince, James Steele, Ryan Matlock, Travis Rockhold, Spencer Ray, everyone that holds us down in Bristol. If we forgot you, don't worry, we got you. And everybody here in Los Angeles that helps us make this happen. Reggie Noble, Tanner, Brian, Alex, Curtis, Kylie, Allison, Tucker, Carlos, Michael Schwartz, and all the research staff. Lisa, of course.
Lori Orlando.
Harlan, our television producer. And all the executives and management that make it happen. Connor Shell, John Skipper, Norby Williamson. We appreciate you. But the biggest shout-outs we have are some of the people that worked with us in the past that no longer work with us. Of course, I'm talking about Carlos Sepulveda, Jim, Joe Fuentes, Barron, and John Lawrence. And of course, I want to give a big shout out to one of our executives, Pete Saccone, who was our main point of contact in Bristol. When we went a little off the rails, he would give me a polite phone call and say 3 nice things and then 1 mean thing. You know, he knew the game. He knew how to do it. But I can't stress enough, this is just the end of our radio show. Every day between 7 and 9.
Radio! Suckers never play me.
In 2018, you will still get a dope pod to step to every single weekday from Jalen and Jacoby on the same feed. Nothing will change. We're just going to give it to you in a better way. We're going to give it to you earlier in the day. And we have some big things planned for the television show in 2018. Keep your ear to social media, because there will be big announcements in the first week of 2018 about the future of Jalen and Jacoby, and we couldn't be more excited. Jalen, one of the things that we always set out to do in this program is what, Jalen? What do we do? What's our motto?
Get it, people! What they want!
We'll continue to do so in 2018. Thank you so much for everyone that listened to or produced this little program.
We're not done. We're not done. We're not done.